I hope you brought some protective eyewear because these TikToks hurt worse than staring directly into the sun. Book talk. Did that scare you? If you know what it is, I'm assuming that scared you. And also, if you know what that is, I'm sorry. Book talk is a well-established cesspool of content on TikTok that a lot of other creators have talked about, and we're not actually going to discuss that one today, but it is related. I think I might have found something just as bad. Honestly, it rivals cook talk, if you know what I'm talking about. It is referred to as biker talk. If you don't understand what biker talk is from the name, it's a genre of TikToks, revolving on people riding motorcycles. That's it, they just talk about motorcycle stuff, and it's super wholesome, and no, it's not. It's not at all. I'm just gonna show you what I mean. Just really throw you in the deep end.
Spread it open and flick the bean. I'm Joanne Pride of the Pussy Queen. Spread that pussy, spread that pussy. We're gonna spread that pussy, baby, spread the pussy. We're gonna spread that pussy.
And, yeah, look, personally, I don't understand how someone can record this, edit this, click upload and be like, huh, wow, that was a good one. And I think this guy specifically, no hate towards anybody in this video, it's really not that deep, it's just kind of funny to look at. I think he knew it was gonna be cringe, so he tried to make it ironic with his little dance that he did. But honestly, it's not working. It's still cringe. I'm sorry, it's not helping at all. If you haven't gathered from this one, biker talk is very horny. That's really the best way to describe it, unfortunately. It's mostly dudes doing these weird thirst traps with their bikes, and it's always in a bad boy, alpha dominant, sigma male way. And, okay, there are a decent amount of girls doing it, with this video.
It's just how I'm doing, making music. Don't ask me how I did it, I just did it, it was hard. I just pulled up.
But, I don't want to talk about those ones. Let's go back to the safety of the deep pool and not the open fucking ocean. That doesn't make any sense. What? I'm gonna show you another video. Now, if you notice, they're always wearing their helmets. Apparently this is the thing on biker talk. They all just wear helmets to be all mysterious and cool. And it even has its own hashtag, mask talk. We're not gonna dive into that one because it is too much. I'm sorry. Oh my god. It also kind of leaves the realm of the biker guys, but good god, there are some gems in there. Just prepare because this might be one of the worst ones. I'll show you. I don't get how somebody can post these. Look, if you want to make these, all power to you, but why does anyone want to make these? I don't care if it makes me money. This thing could make me $1 million a week. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'd probably take it if it was that much money. But this could make me $5,000 a week, right? And I still would do it. How do you tell people that that's what you do for a living? Oh, hey man, what do you do for work? Oh, well, I actually, yeah, actually, I kind of hump the camera and I wear a mask and, I have my shirt off and I'm flexing on them and yeah, that's my job. Oh. I don't know. Do people in the modern age not know shame anymore? Where's a good public shaming when you need it? I feel like this is worse than just doing actual explicit content because at least they have the balls to do it. You're skating the line and it makes it so much more cringe. I don't know. This is just awful in every way to look at. Especially when it's not designed for you because obviously I know it's a thirst trap, so it's not meant for me. I can't imagine making something like that. But honestly, the funniest part of this whole thing to me is that apparently these biker talk guys, the bad boys, are making these videos for the fucking book talk. I hate this TikTok lingo of biker talk. It's so cringe, but it's the best way to talk about it. Just look at this one. Just look at this one.
When you wink at me and walk away, let it be, let it be, let it be known. Hold on to.
It's just so funny to me because they're trying to look tough as fuck. They're trying to look super badass. Don't mess with me, man. But at the end of the day, they're sitting there doing multiple takes, looking at their phone after they lean in and eye fuck the camera and go I think this might be the one. I think I need to post this one. They're super happy about that one. They're yep, this is it. It just voids any sort of intimidation that they thought they had. I didn't notice this the first time I looked at this video. He's got a Glock tucked in his waistband too, which is just, this guy kind of merges the gap between the biker talk and the fucking mob boss book talk people a little too hard, so I don't want to look at him anymore, quite frankly. Scrolling through these videos, I stumbled upon a creator, MotoTJ. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think his name is like TJ, so I think it's like Moto TJ, and you know, whatever. That's his name on TikTok, so that's what I'm gonna call him. Now, he's a pretty standard bike talker with hit classics like this one. And you're probably wondering why I'm talking about this guy. Well, it's actually because he is one of the only ones that I can find that actually responded to all the people hating on this genre of content. He has a full link on his page to this generational beef that he has with this comedian creator on TikTok named Coop Noop. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. To be frank, so I don't get TJ in my comments going like, oh, you're just defending him because he's your friend. I didn't know about either of these guys before doing this video, so I don't want that to be like, oh, you're just defending him. Shut up. Now, Coop Noop is, rightly so, calling him out for his egregious fucking TikToks. And I'll just show you this first video because it is quite frankly atrocious.
Watching her try to... Hey, big guy. That is completely illegal.
So it's actually not? Now, let me rewind a little bit.
Okay, so it goes kind of fast, but that first line is exactly what you think it says. It says, watching her try to push me off because she can't take it. Sweaty tongue emoji. Excuse me? So Coop Noop in the TikTok goes on to call him out, saying that that's illegal because it literally is. I don't know how else to put it, man. That is the no-no thing. That's like one of the worst things you could possibly do. You can't do that, man. I want you guys to see TJ's response because honestly, this is my favorite part.
That is called... I can't say it on here.
Has he ever touched a woman? Consensually. Coop, when a girl gets excited, right, she tends to move around a little bit, push you off. Now, that doesn't always mean no.
That response is actually like baffling to me. Sometimes she gets excited and tries to push you off. Huh? Huh? It sounds like that one Ben Shapiro tweet. You know the one. You know. He's just accidentally calling himself out here so hard, and I don't think he ever realized that or realizes that in the video. It's just hilarious to me that he recorded that, sat down on his phone and went, yeah, this'll show him. That first interaction has led to this long, like 7 video beef between the two, and I think it's just so funny, so we're just gonna run through it all. I'm gonna give you a little presentation on the history behind TJ and Coop Noop. I'm like the Keemstar of terrible TikTok shit that nobody cares about. So the second video that they have plays out like this.
You put this on the internet for children to see. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Do I post for kids? No, I don't. I don't post for kids. Do you post for kids? Because if you post for kids and you're putting this out onto the internet, you're promoting this, which is in hand you promoting this to children as well, right? Which makes you a hypocrite.
The biker guy almost makes a valid argument with this, that Coop is also posting this where kids are. But the difference is Coop makes edgy kind of comedy videos that are obviously satirical. This guy just makes reels talking about how he likes when women try to push him off. The lack of self-awareness with a statement like that is just crazy to me because why would you post this? And honestly, as the videos go on, his argument starts to fall apart even harder.
99% of the comments are not into this. Look at this comment.
But just to be clear, you're talking about this user? This user, right? This one that doesn't have a profile picture, right? That's kind of crazy. Now here's the difference between me and Coop's audience, right? Book talk, bike talk, whatever you want to call it, has profile pictures. You look at any of his people, who are they?
They don't have any profile pictures. As he zooms into somebody with a profile picture, I think he's trying to say that they're using like a fucking anime character instead of their face, but he like tries to use this as some sort of gotcha, as in if you don't have a profile picture of your face, your opinion's invalid. I've never heard somebody make that argument. I know there's people that say like, oh, it's like an anonymous troll, but that's not how those accounts work. They definitely don't have like a real account with their face and then they use this one to troll TJ from Biker Talk. I don't know, he keeps going with it, right?
See, they come from other videos like yours. Now, you're just the one lucky enough to be responded to, but you're not the only one that sends them over here. So you're actually fueling the hate, right? So I have book talk and bike talk, but you have what? Hate talk? Because now wait a second, hate talk, see, it doesn't even sound like you have your own audience.
I think we're actually watching a man spiral in real time. I don't get what he means by you're fueling the hate, you must have a hate talk audience. I'm sorry to inform you, sir, most people don't like jokes. I just wanted you to be aware of this. I don't know if this is like an unheard of thing for you, but most people don't appreciate those kinds of jokes. They're not cool. They're not funny. And I think I can prove that if we look at the comments, because his comments are absolutely cooking him, to be quite frank. I don't think a single person in the comments, at least when I scrolled through, is agreeing with TJ here. Maybe because his jokes are about... Anyways, you understand. You understand why they don't fuck with. There are actually 2 more responses to Coop. I think he made like 1 video and this guy cut it up into a few parts for more views. But honestly, they just get funnier. Like this one.
You know what? Maybe if I had touched a woman, I would think it's okay to force myself on them when they're trying to push me off.
Dude, are we dead? Yeah, let's get paid, Coop.
But you know, in the 10 years I've been in a relationship with my girlfriend, we just haven't touched yet because we're waiting.
Kind of proving me right here. You just don't get it. You haven't touched a woman. Usually I'd say waiting is great, but bro, 10 years waiting? Bro, get married, have some kids.
He starts to use the argument of you've never touched a woman like it's a good comeback. These comebacks that are like, I bet you've never touched a woman, or like, you're such a virgin. You wouldn't understand it. They don't really apply when someone's calling you out for making a joke. It's like you joking about roofing somebody, and then they're like, hey man, that's not cool. And you just go, what a virgin. I bet you've never even tried to roofie somebody. It's like, okay, let's settle down there, bub. Then later on, they get into this whole nother part where they start talking about the numbers. Because social media is a numbers game, if you have more followers, you're objectively more correct than the other guy, and that's a factual statement that is completely true. That's just the truth. But Coop responds to all this saying he's like a larger creator and he shows his numbers or whatever, so he can't be clout chasing, which is just like objectively true. That would be like Jarvis Johnson bullying me on TikTok, and then I go on there and say he's just trying to clout chase me. It's like, I don't think that's how that works, man. Anyways, TJ's response to this is another like school ground response.
And ooh, you have 500K. Yeah, that doesn't scare me. You didn't think this was my first account, right? I mean, I've had this account for 3 months. I'm not new to the internet. Bro, don't even bother with a reply. I'm sick of you making money off me.
And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that account, like he doesn't have a second account. I wouldn't be surprised if he does. I could not care less how many followers either of these guys have. I don't think it matters that Coop has more than the guy. I don't think it matters that the guy has a following. I don't think TikTok numbers matter very much, considering that you can get 100 million followers for dancing for 5 seconds, but that's a whole nother story. He's just so clearly in the wrong. I still haven't found a single supportive comment about him in any of those videos. And look, if you had any shred of like understanding or like feeling bad for this guy at all, I'm just gonna show you this part.
Let me put this in terms you'll understand, okay? Brother, ew, PU, onion boy, green aura with flies. Don't even reply. You've proved how infantile your brain is.
What? I haven't seen a lot of Coop's videos, so I don't know if this is like a callback or whatever, but what a way to nosedive your argument into the dirt. It's like, what was that? It was actually awful. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the final response, titled, Put the Fries in the Bag, Bro. So you know TJ's coming out on top as the champ with this one.
So if he wants to try to expose me again for calling him cringe, then so be it.
It's not the fact that you're calling me cringe, it's the fact that you're trying to fit me into a completely different narrative that is disgusting and not something I condone.
Good God, man. I can feel my brain like slowly leaking out of my head the more I watch these. Why did I decide to do a biker talk video? TJ still keeps trying to justify his joke, which, I don't know, he's trying to be so lighthearted about it with it all, as if his joke wasn't him forcing himself onto somebody and like really liking that. Like, that is a crazy thing to joke about. Fucking Bill Cosby over here. Like, oh my God. But my favorite part about this entire story is that after this whole thing happened, the biker guy has started to shift his content to be more like family friendly, and he's kind of turning into this weird nice guy persona that I honestly hate even more. Girls only want the helmet. They don't want the sweet, caring guy that wears it. Look, I was gonna make some jokes about this of like, yeah, they don't want you, man, because you keep making jokes about trying to touch them. But the comments have already cooked him for me, because if you open the comments, every single one is just some form of what if he's pushing me off. I don't know. I don't get what compels people to post stuff like this, especially things that can be interpreted like that joke. And look, I get it. You have an audience you want to cater to, but, and I mean this with 100% sincerity, personally, I would rather lose 7 fingers, go blind, and be stuck in like a cave in Thailand underwater trapped than have this kind of audience and have to cater to them. But that's just me. Don't go looking for this guy or anything. It's really not that deep. It's just kind of funny to look at. He's probably a fine dude. Unless he does what he talks about in his jokes, then he's probably an asshole. But that's all I wanted to curse you guys with viewing for today. So, goodbye.